The Pokémon Company and Nintendo just filed a lawsuit against Pocket Pair Inc., better known as the developers of Palworld. The notice was sent to them the 18th of September. Now this is something that basically everyone was expecting to happen. After all, some of these designs were very similar and perhaps Nintendo could file a copyright lawsuit for some of these months not being legally distinct enough. However, as the months went by, we kinda stopped thinking about it. Maybe Nintendo and the Pokemon Company didn't quite care? Some people were even happy because competition could only do Pokemon good these days. Still, after all this time, we finally got the lawsuit going, and it's not what we're expecting. Hello everyone, I'm the Media Alchemist. I make media art challenges and also artistic media commentary/criticism in the future. I still haven't finished those. Today we are talking about the lawsuit from the Pokemon Company and Nintendo on Pocket Pair Inc., their game Palworld, and the potential catastrophic consequences for the monster taming genre and even just video games in general. Now before we start the discussion, lots of people have already started picking sides. Some have sided with Pokemon, saying that Palworld had this coming. They did have some questionable designs, even if it was not that many. Some even too close to Digimon and even Yokai Watch. Also heard a rumor about some stolen fake mons. Somebody please confirm that in the comment section. Others have sided with Pocket Pair because Nintendo is just being petty and angry at someone comiendo lo dulce. My stance? I am on nobody's side because at the end of the day, these are just companies making money out of us and I would like to think that we are smarter than that. I should also specify that I haven't played Palworld. I know the gist of the game, but I hadn't had any interest in actually playing it. I know what I like in my monster tamers, but I'm not quite sure Palworld has it. The guns are a fun meme, but not of my personal interest. Base rates, crafting, and micromanagement mechanics don't really call my attention. I did grow up with Pokemon, however. I played all the games. I have an 85% completed living dex. I have a sweet spot for the third movie, which is my favorite. I've expanded beyond Pokemon slowly. I've become an Imagination fan. I played the game as a kid, watched the show. Eventually, I also became a Yokai Watch fan, Digimon, Monster Hunter stories. My next monster taming entry will be Nexamon. Recently purchased the bundle, followed by Cassette Beast, which was recommended to me. I'm wondering if Ni no Kuni should count. I really got into the monster taming in that one too. Outside of the video game sphere, I'm also currently into WoG, or the massively multiplayer world of Ghosts. I enjoyed the first season of Haunted House, which has a lot of Yokai Watch vibes, but a bit more serious and darker, while still being very goofy. I'm also waiting for Imago when they finally decide to dub it to the US. All that to say that yeah, I am a fan of monster taming and that's what I'm talking about this in the first place. Now, as we were saying, everyone thought that if a lawsuit was gonna take place, it would have been mostly over the art direction and the monster design, which was the most controversial part of Palworld. Maybe Nintendo doesn't like people possibly thinking that this is actually Pokemon with guns for real and not like a different game. The best case scenario, Pocket Pair Inc. pays the bills and redesigns or removes all of the mods that Nintendo didn't quite like. What ended up happening instead was that Nintendo filed a lawsuit on a patent infringement. What's the difference between patent and copyright, you ask? Well, if you create a comic, for example, the cast, the story, and every character you created would be copyrighted by you or by the company you work for. This would make them an intellectual property and only you or the company has any right to legally use them and directly profit from them. A patent, on the other hand, is an invention or an idea you legally have full authority over, therefore you also have the right to exclude others from using it. And here's where I start raising an eyebrow. First things first, Pocket Pair Inc. doesn't even know what these patents are as of the writing of this video, so they may as well be in the dark just as we are. Now, I read a few of these on Justia, which I discovered thanks to a video of Legal Mindset, and I gotta be honest, I have no idea what any of these means. Something about Pokemon sleep, something about teeth brushing product, maybe something about capturing creatures in balls, maybe? Some of these are so vague they might as well be nonsense written by the Mad Hatter himself. And something that I learned that also grossed me out is that this was done by design, because if a patent is vague, it is open to interpretation and adaptation, which makes me raise an eyebrow even further. Now, the actual problem here is that we don't know what these patents are, and depending on what they turn out to be, a bunch of other monster taming games may be affected in the future. Like, are you not allowed to capture creatures in a ball? What about capturing altogether? Creature PvP, elemental type advantages, certain animals? Pokemon has a lot of creatures that are just real world animals but slightly altered. Am I not allowed to use them? Would they even dare claim the monster taming genre as a patent of their own, crushing the competition and becoming the only ones allowed to... Nah. That'll be as dumb as Monster Energy claiming they own the rights to the word monster. Oh. That'll be as dumb as Disney claiming the rights to El Dia de los Muertos. Oh, we are so screwed. Now again, we don't know what these patents are. Best case scenario, it's something dumb that Poképop Inc. can fix and does not affect Monster Entertainment as a whole. Or what people who know better than me are suggesting, it could just be a fake case meant to drain Poképop's money till they can't continue anymore, which also does not make Nintendo look any nicer. The one patent people keep mentioning is capturing Pokemon with a ball, or just the idea of capturing creatures, which the latter is already pretty bad since capturing is a very important part of the genre. Now to be fair, different games handle capturing differently. In Yokai Watch, for example, you befriend them and they give you a medal, and you use that medal to summon them. In Cyber Sleuth, you scan them and use that data to hatch demons from eggs. In Monster Hunter Stories, you kidnap them as babies. In Cassette Beast, you use tape recordings to turn into them. So there are workarounds, you don't need Pokeball equivalents. What I'm actually worried about is the other patents. The ones we don't know nothing about and can be used to sue any Monster Entertainment genre that theirs get close enough to Pokemon in numbers. Are we overthinking this? Maybe? We shall see. I'll be sure to be on the lookout for where this goes, and you should too, especially if you're a fan of the genre. And if you made it this far, I take it you are a fan of the genre. So I'll recommend your gym leader Ed's channel if by any chance you don't follow him already. Dude talks about Monster Entertainment games with honest opinions and is a great resource to be up to date in the games you might be interested in and probably haven't even heard of. All that being said, this has been the Media Alchemist and I'll see y'all next time. Hopefully with a more positive video, which might also ironically be about Pokemon. Anyways, yeah, thanks for watching this far and see y'all next time.